actually. What's the difference, man?
Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper.
Switch it up.
From Africa, home of the diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we just set the law. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie, I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a Ibiza. I go to Miami just for dinner. I see the world. I went to Japan for a pickup. I see the world. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I see the world. I just went to Spain, that's a Ibiza. I see the world. Oh, you stay with him. In the same city. I done been around this world, you can't think with me. Oh, you a wannabe, I'm what they wanna be. A well-adjusted free thinker, that's autonomy. That means I make my own decisions, boy. And I ain't got $1 billion, but I got a screw loose to the people that see the world just like the news do. Why you some stocks? I'd rather make a punchline than punch into a clock. Life is hard, but you won't change it just wishing on a star, cause you can miss this like you in the dark.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. Set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. A dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
36-yard line.
And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, you're going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Texans are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan. Now they can't bring him down. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after try forthcoming. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Texans 7, Colts 0. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. 19 Lions.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Price. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Now Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Howell. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Howell down to throw it. And it is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Howell. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Open man to tight end Warren. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jalen Warren, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
42-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
On the quick, right?
Stroud to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. First and 10, Taylor now. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-body guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. He finds his man, complete. It's Price. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
And Howell will throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. From 4 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And Stroud now to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Texans first down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Open man, that's Jaden Higgins. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the quick, right?
There, 48
Stroud. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 40. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
All right.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball. They limit that game.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
All right.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? And he is going to have a Texans first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
First down at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Stroud working out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 10, Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This one taken in by Stover. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
18. Let's go.
4th down. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. This one finds Pierce on the out route. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and a couple. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 1-touchdown ball game. 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nothing but daylight ahead. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. But, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Swap. Another swap.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stroud into space at the 45. Big strides. Look at him go. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, 63 yards. And the Texans are back within a score. Point after, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Texans 14. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10. Here's Howell. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing here, Howell. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run with a USC man, Woody Marks. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the Colts 34-yard line.
Now Stroud. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Christian Kirk, 33 yards. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 21.
21 apiece. First Boswell set to kick off.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 102 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Let's go now. Go.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Price. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Howell. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Running left, Taylor. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Second down in the yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Howell out of the shotgun. Throw left side complete. That's Price. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud going to give to Marks. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down. Stroud. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Good work there to force the incompletion and fourth down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on fourth down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on fourth down? They're going for it. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw, Howell. And he will find his man on the outside. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here comes 3rd down at 7. Howell from the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and goal from the 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Warren from a yard out. And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Oh, right.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact. and short of the sticks.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Oh, ready. 118. That's it. You gotta thump this out.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that will get a right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
He'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 129 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brought down in the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
43-yard line.
Riggs. 70 Lion. Dragon 60.
They run once more with Taylor. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Rock roll 80. 70 rings. 70 rings. Let's go.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Well, now, after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Their biggest bout right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Spencer Schrader now on to try the field goal. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Look at the big fella go. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20.
On the toss, Mixon. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. As Stroud now to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Colts 38, Texans 28.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Powell going to go down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this up. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Indianapolis, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.